And it continues in 14. O they theos mu thoi mean harin and nantion to anthropu. And my God give to you favor before the man, ke apostile ton adelphonimon, and even to send your brother, ton enna, the other one, that was the brother that was left behind in Egypt, ke ton Benjamin, and Benjamin. Egomen gark kathaper a teknome, for as much as I indeed have been made childless, a teknome, I have been made childless. So he's giving up on having it any other way than what is being dealt to him. Verse 15, Lavontes they e andres ta dora tafta. And the men receiving these gifts, keto argirion the plune, and the double silver elavon in tes hersin afton, they took in their hands. So they are packing the bags of these mules and donkeys and putting the amount doubled as far as the money when they return. Keton Benjamin and Benjamin. Ke anastantes katevison is Aegypton. They went down into Egypt. Ke estison and nantion Iosif. So here in this one sentence goes over hundreds of miles and maybe a couple of months of travel, and now they're back in front of Joseph in Egypt. Verse 16, Ide de Iosif aftus, and Joseph saw them, Keton Benjamin ton adelphon aftu, and Benjamin his brother, ton homometrion, the one born of the same mother. Rachel, Ke ipe to epi tis ikias aftu, and he said to the one over his house, Isagage tus anthropus, istin ikian, bring the men into the house, Ke sphaxon themata, and slay the things offered for sacrifices. Ke etimasan, and prepare. Medemu gar phagonte e anthropi artus tin mesim vrian, for the men 2 and 3, for will eat with me bread loaves at midday. So they're going to have a lunch in Joseph's house. Verse 17, Epiese they, o anthropos, katha ipan Iosif, and the man did as Joseph said, the steward of the household. Ke isigage tus anthropus, iston ikon Iosif, and he brought the men into the house of Joseph. Verse 18, Idontes they e andres, oti isink tisan, is ton ikon Iosif, and the men, seeing that they were brought into the house of Joseph, Ipan, said, Thea to argirion to apostrophen in tis marcipi Simon tin archin emis isagometha. On account of the silver returned in our bags in the beginning we are brought in. To sycophantise imas, to extort us. So it was a setup, they thought. Somehow they're going to get more money from us. Ke epitheste emin, and to place charge upon us. To lavin imas is pedas, to take us as servants. Sort of what they did to the brother, and they're thinking it's going to happen to them. How much that happens when we sin, then we think that something like that we did wrong is going to happen to us as a rightful reward, recompense for our sin. Ke tus onu Simon, and take our donkeys. Verse 19, proselthontes they, proston anthropon, and coming forward to the man, ton epi to iku to Iosif, the one over the house of Joseph, elalisan afto into piloni to iku, and they spoke to him in the vestibule of the house where you first walk in the little room. Verse 20, legonta, saying, the ometha Kyrie, we beseech you, O Master, katavimen tin arkin priasthe vromata. We went down in the beginning to buy foods. This was our purpose. Verse 21, egeneto they inika ilthomen is to katalise, and it happened when we came to rest up, that is when they were leaving, ke inik samen tus marsipu simon, we opened our bags. Ke tode to argirion ekasto, and to marsipo aftu, and thus the silver was in each of his bag. This just happened to be there. To argirion imon in stath mo, apestrepsamen nin, inte sersin imon. Now we return now our silver with the weight in our hands. Verse 22. Ke argirion eteron inenkamen methiafton agorase vromata. And we brought other silver with ourselves to buy foods. Uk idamen tis enevalen to argirion is to marsipu simon. We do not know who put the silver in our bags. Verse 23. Ipe they aftis, and he said to them, Ilios imin, kindness be to you. Me foviste, o theosimon, do not fear. Then o theosimon, your God, ke o theos ton pateron imon, edokan imin thesav rus, entis marsipus imon. Your God and the God of your fathers gave to you treasures. Thesaurus is a treasure of words. Thesavrus. Thesaurus comes from that. In your bags. Keto argirion imon evdokimun apecho. And your silver in approving I receive. So everything is fine with that. Keexigage prosaftus ton Simeon. And he let out to them the other brother, Simeon, who was being held. Verse 24, Ke inenken idor nipse tus podus afton, and he brought water to wash their feet. Hydraulics is a derivative of idor, and podas, a tripod, three-footed instrument. Ke edoke hortaz mata tis onis afton, and he gave fodder to their donkeys. So they were all being taken care of. 25. Itima sande ta dhora, eos tu elthin is eosif mesim vrias. And they prepared the gifts until Joseph came at midday. Ikus and Gar, oti aki meli aristan, for they heard that he was about to dine there. So they had gifts to give to Joseph. In verse 26, Isilthe de Iosif is tin Ikian, and Joseph entered into the house. Ke prosinenkan, and they brought Avto Tadora, to him the gifts. Ikon, entes hersin avton, which they had in their hands. Iston ikon, into the house. Ke prosekinas and avto epi prosopon epi tigin. So again, their faces are down on the ground, just as in the dream that Joseph had earlier. Verse 27, he wrote to say they avtus, and he asked them, and Joseph asked, Pos ekete, how have you been? Ke ipenavtis, and he said to them, Is Igieni o patir imon, is your father in health, a hygiene derivative? O presvitis, the old man, on ipate, whom you spoke of, etizi, still he lives?